Mark and Gwen were supposed to be celebrating. The Grand Canyon road trip was their big anniversary getaway, a chance to escape, reconnect, and enjoy the open road together. But somewhere along the long, desolate stretch of highway, with nothing but darkness surrounding them, their night turned into something out of a nightmare. The flashing red and blue lights in the rearview mirror caught Mark off guard. "Damn it," he muttered, easing the car onto the shoulder. A state trooper stepped out of his vehicle, his silhouette barely illuminated under the dim glow of his headlights. Mark rolled down the window as the trooper approached. "You were going a little fast there," the officer said in a gravelly voice. "License and registration?" Mark sighed, reaching into the glove compartment while Gwen sat stiffly beside him. The officer took the documents and walked back toward his patrol car. That's when everything changed. A low hum filled the air, deep and resonant, like the earth itself was groaning. The dashboard lights flickered and died. The radio crackled before going silent. Even the trooper's cruiser shut off, its lights winking out as if swallowed by the void. Then came the glow. From the sky, an eerie, pulsating light descended, bathing the road in an unnatural silver haze. The officer stumbled back toward the couple's car, one hand reaching for his radio, the other for his gun. "What the hell is that?" Gwen whispered, her voice trembling. The trooper didn't wait for an answer. He drew his weapon and fired. The gunshots echoed through the night, but the bullets never hit their mark. They simply stopped midair, dissolving into nothing before they could even reach the hovering craft. Panic set in. The officer turned to flee, but before he could make it 2 steps, a thin red beam shot from the ship, striking him square in the chest. He froze. His body went rigid, his eyes rolling back into his skull. A horrific, guttural scream escaped his lips. Something primal, something inhuman, before he collapsed to the pavement, lifeless and twisted in an unnatural way. Mark and Gwen sat paralyzed in the car, staring at the body. Then silence. The ship landed. A long, agonizing moment passed before a green glow seeped out from the bottom of the craft. And then, they emerged. 3 impossibly tall, skeletal beings stepped into the night. Their elongated limbs moved with an unsettling fluidity, their pale skin reflecting what little light remained. Their faces were smooth, featureless, except for 3 enormous black eyes that swallowed the darkness around them. Then, in an instant, chaos. The car rocked violently as something unseen struck it. The window shattered. The door wrenched open. Gwen screamed as she was yanked from her seat by an unseen force. Mark lunged for her, grabbing her hand, but it was no use. The alien's grip was too strong. "Mark!" she shrieked as she was dragged toward the ship. Desperation surged through Mark as he fought against the other 2 beings restraining him. He kicked, thrashed, did everything he could, but they were impossibly strong. He could only watch as Gwen disappeared into the glowing abyss of the craft, her screams cutting through the cold night air. Summoning one final burst of strength, Mark fought harder, twisting free for just a moment, just long enough to make it a few inches before a cold, bony hand clamped onto his face. Those 3 black eyes bore into him, void-like and endless. That was the last thing he saw before the world went dark. Mark awoke on the cold pavement, his clothes torn, his body aching. The flashing red and blue lights of police cruisers surrounded him now, officers moving about the scene. The trooper's body lay covered with a sheet, his patrol car still abandoned, with its door hanging open. Gwen was gone. Mark clutched his head, memories flooding back in horrific flashes, the glow, the beings, the screams. He looked up at the sky, a silent question forming on his lips. Where was she? And were they coming back for him? If you enjoyed this story, please be sure to like, comment, and follow for more.